Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? What up, man? What's cracking, everybody? What's good? What's good? Who we got in the house today, man? So let's go through the chat, see who we got in here. Ziggy Z, I see you, dog. I see you straight up, man. What up? What up? What up? Representing that Charlotte, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Legendary Incorporated. What up, Ziggy? What up? Yeah. We had a little, little update on some things. So we gonna roll with the updates, man. But we gonna talk about a couple of different things today, man. What's up with y'all, man? What up? What up? Hashtag Witty Gang in the building. I see you. What's up? And for those who are wondering, I do have a join button. So if you want to, join in a membership for each month, you could do that as well. But man, who else we got in the house today? What up? I see Edgar, man. You be always in here. I see you, dog. What up? What up? All right. We got Suffolk, Virginia in the house. 757. What's cracking? We taking off like a rocket always. Never thought I'd see Lul Tim and K's on the same screen. Oh yeah. We gonna talk about that, man. We gonna talk about the Lul Tim situation that we got going on right now with this interview, and we're gonna talk about obviously Kevin Samuels' untimely passing, man. Sad situation there for some, and then controversial topic for others. You know what I mean? Then we're also gonna talk about Jewell, the first lady of Death Row. You know what I mean? So it's packed with 3 different topics, but man, they all focus for some reason around people getting up out of here, which is horrible, man. So rest in peace off the top to Kevin Samuels, and rest in peace off the top to Jewell. You know what I mean? Now, who else we got in the house? We got Portland, Jamaica in the house. What's up, man? I always see you in the building. What's cracking? What up? What up? What up? Who else? Let me slide down. My bad. I slid up. We got Charlotte in the house. I got you, Ziggy. Houston. What up, Houston? What up, 281? What up? What up? Everybody in here right now, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, man, so we can get those likes up. Send those alerts out, because we did had a slight time change. But, they ain't stopped nothing before. We've done it many a time before. What up, 281? Where's 281? Let me know. 832, what up? What up? 713, what's up? What's up? What up, 615? What up, Houston, Texas, 3rd Ward checking in? I see Broward County checking in, man, from that South Miami. You know what I mean? South Carolina, the whole state. 803, what's up? Adrian, Baltimore, Maryland in the building. What's up, Adrian from Baltimore, Maryland? What's up? Riverside, California, what's up? Northwest DC in this joint. What up, Northwest DC? West Palm Beach up in here. What's going on? What's cracking? We got Denver in the building. What's up, Denver? What up, VA all day? VA all day. So we got Virginia in the building. Little Haiti, another part of Miami in the building. What's up, man? What's going on? ATL in the building. What's up? South Carolina, 803 in the building. Yeah, Ziggy, we taking off like a rocket. South Carolina, 803 in the building again. I see Macazo, Lil Haiti. Free Macazo, Lil Haiti. Oh, Macazo. I always used to think it was Mac Dizzo. You know what I mean? I always thought his name was pronounced that way, but I get it. I see you. What up, man? Yeah, hit that like button. As you guys come in here, make sure you hit that like button so we get that engagement up. Make sure we get those alerts out, and everybody knows that we having a live show today, man. It's going down. All right, we got South Carolina 803 in the house. We got the 313 in the building. I see you, 803. What's up? Yeah, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, and rest in peace to Jewell. I hear you. Cleveland, Ohio. Tulsa, Oklahoma in this thing. What's up? Lil Haiti up in here. What's up, Lil Haiti? Riverside, California. I see Flip 23. I see Springfield, Massachusetts, 413. Once again, I see Portland, Jamaica. Then we got Brooklyn up in here. And we got Fort Myers, Florida up in here, man. And let's see, we got Detroit. And we got Fort Worth, Texas. You know what I mean? What up, Fort Worth? What's cracking, man? Mobile, Alabama. And Denver, Colorado for the check-in. I see you, man. What is that? I see you, dog. You know what I mean? I could barely make out you. I see you. What up, South Carolina? 803. What's up? What up? Yo, what up, man? What up back to you, Black Wild? What up? Free Macazo. I see you. 985, Louisiana. I see you. Houston, what's up? I see 415, the Bay Area in the house for the check-in. What up? Louisville, Kentucky up in here. Tim, a real friend. Lul Tim, a real friend. Well, I mean, that's up for debate. You know what I'm saying? Bow. What up, Krager? What up? 817 Fort Worth, Texas. All right, if you're just getting in here, make sure you hit that like button. It's very important. We should have 100 likes right now. Man, let's all stop for the pause break. Everybody just hit that like button like your boy say, what's my dude? Where he be like, HBO, help a brother out, man. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, man, so we can get that engagement up and get them likes. We should be over 100 likes right now. You know what I mean? What up, Mobile, Alabama? What up, Lil Haiti? What's up, Houston? What up? 803 out here. I see Louisville. Y'all doing it big. Well, this week y'all had a huge week with Jack Harlow dropping, right? I'm pretty sure Louisville is going crazy. That's his hometown. 803 out here. What up, Tulsa, Oklahoma? All right, Southside Chicago in the building. We got the 757 again. We got the 918 Tulsa, and we got the 413. You said the 504 New Orleans in the building. What's up? 515 Louisville, Kentucky again. Atlanta, Georgia again. All right, man, let me get to this. All right, let me get a couple more out. LaPlace, Louisiana. And I see Utwillville, South Carolina. What's up? And Clarksville, Tennessee. What's up? All right, H-Town in the building. 313 Detroit. And the 937 Dayton, Ohio, man. Everybody, if you're in here right now, I'm going to keep trying to shout you guys out, but we got to get to the show at some point. So, man, today, like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about this Lul Tim situation. So it seems like Lul Tim is starting to do interviews. It seems like Lul Tim is out here, you know what I mean, is out here talking a little bit. Now, he isn't exactly talking everything about the case, but let's be for real. This is still an open case and an open investigation. But he has opened up to media sources lately. And lately, he's got a series of interviews going, which is a common thing you see on YouTube now, with a channel called Fuchsia's TV. And during those interviews, he's trying to, it seems like he's trying to promote and keep himself relevant as a rapper, as well as trying to, spark conversation about him or, try to create more conversation about him like there was previously. What up, Fort Worth? What up, 404? I see you. 414, Milwaukee, I see you. Now, also, we're going to talk about this Kevin Samuels situation, man, and all the controversy that's happened since his passing. Sad situation that Kevin Samuels passed away, but man, this is taking so many different turns depending on what platform you're on and depending on who you ask, man. I mean, it's gotten ugly. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like when the story initially dropped, I should say, I was a little taken back. I was like everybody else. I didn't believe it. Like it just didn't seem logical or realistic because on the outside he looked like a very healthy guy. I hear everybody talks about this whole Red Bull thing. I don't know. I am no doctor, so I don't know what that plays into it or whatnot. But man, on the surface, he seemed like a really healthy guy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like there was disbelief even up until we finally got a report yesterday. So Thursday, the story kicks off, and everybody's like, oh, okay, I don't know if I believe that because it started on Twitter. It seemed like, and things have been misproven on Twitter before. And then you get to Friday, and his family speaking out. And the police report, which we're going to go over later on, is talked about, and things become a little bit more real. You know what I'm saying? And it got ugly, too. I mean, let's be real. Social media got ugly. Became a battleground between not even supporters, but I think people who were just a little taken back by some of the responses out there. Not to say that some people don't have the right to express their opinion or respond how they want to, but it just, man, some of that stuff was just, it was horrible to watch. I'm going to keep it real, man. And I want to touch more on that when we talk about the whole Kevin Samuels topic. Then finally, we're going to talk about Death Row's First Lady, Jewell. We're going to talk about Jewell, man. It looks like Jewell might have lost her life as well, man. What is going on out here? Like, man, people really getting up out of here, man. It's shocking, man. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. I'm just saying it seems like a lot of people are passing away lately, man, especially celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's crazy to see this playing out in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild. And we'll talk about Jewell at the end. But let's get into our first topic, man. So let's talk about Lul Tim. And obviously, we're going to talk about him and, his interview and get into all that good stuff for you, as far as content is concerned, because I don't know if you think it's good as, how he's, as far as like behavior. We ain't going to call it good behavior, right? Now, you can make that determination on your own. I'll say that. But before we do that and get into these three topics that we just discussed, I want you to continue to shout out your cities in the chat, and I'm going to just sporadically be shouting them out throughout the video. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you keep posting them in the chat, and make sure if you're in here right now, hit that like button, man, so we can, get this thing really cracking. And, man, let's keep it official like a ref with a whistle, man. Okay, what up? This your boy Big Man, and I welcome you all to this live, man. So today, let's talk about Lul Tim. We ain't gonna talk about Lul Kim, man. We're gonna talk about Lul Tim. Now, Lul Tim is, I guess you can call him a rapper. To be honest, it seems like he's more of a side dude, an acquaintance of Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo really has a record deal out here, really out here doing big things, you know what I'm saying? And Lul Tim is kind of his guy on the side. He's one of them entourage guys, rolls with him everywhere he goes, has his back or whatnot. And during the whole situation where he had beefs, he was the guy who stepped in to correct things allegedly for him, right? Now, I make that I can say that because of what happened in November of 2020, right? In November 2020, Lul Tim was arrested for shooting and killing Chicago rap artist King Von, man. It was a sad situation for hip hop and just a bunch of senseless violence, that could have been avoided. Because really, the gist of this beef, the gist of this situation, what kicked this all off was a bunch of nothing, man. A bunch of talk about who dated who, a bunch of stuff about who is, got the hardest crew out of rap, pause on that, you know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of nothing, man. And it led to King Von, probably one of the best storytellers for this generation of rappers. And yes, I'll go on record in saying that. He's one of the best storytellers for this generation of rap. You can quote me on that, right? Right now. I'm not including the older generations because there was way more storytellers and they were more precise, with certain things, you know what I mean? Like you had Nas write a song in reverse, which is mind-blowing still to this day. But as far as the new cats, as far as people in rap right now, King Von's storytelling, top tier. Now, we ended up losing that and all potential albums in the future because of a situation that went down in Atlanta outside of a hookah bar where Lul Tim allegedly shot and killed King Von and allegedly shot someone else, right? And man, there's a story on allhiphop.com that I want to talk about. And it talks about, in the story, it talks about the fact that Lul Tim, is out doing interviews. Now, we remember when he first got out of jail, he was kind of, going on live. He was a little apprehensive about doing certain things. But then slowly, he started dissing again. He was dropping music videos where it looked like he was, digging ditches and stuff like that. And it seems like he was pretty much unfazed by the situation. Or at least, he tried to make it seem like that. Because when he got released from jail in April, I want to say, is when he got bonded out. And it was for like $100,000 or something like that. I want to show y'all a video of when he first got out, man. And he was driving around, eating or whatever you want to say.
Busting.
I can tell you I ain't when you.
Now, in that video, he really wasn't saying much. And, for those people who get annoyed by people eating, he was really smacking loud. You know what I'm saying? And he was just watching this. He was trying to stay on point. He was watching his 6, his 12. He was watching everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? He was watching everywhere. His 3, he was making sure that he could look all the way around that car. You know what I'm saying? And that's a little different than the video he dropped a couple of weeks ago. Now, in this video, you see Lul Tim seems like he's back on his grind. He's back doing his thing. And according to himself, he's back working, right?
Y'all sleep. We working. Yeah, 4 in the morning. We working in this. Yeah, 4 in the morning. We working.
Now, in that short clip, you could tell he's got on the same jacket that you see him in when he's doing this interview. So I'm not sure if that was the same day that he did this interview, or maybe he wore the jacket again. And I'm not trying to diss or nothing. Don't think I'm trying to diss or anything right there. But he had that same jacket on in the picture that I'm about to show right here, right? And let's see. That looks like it was from the same day. You know what I'm saying? Looks like it was from the same exact day. And if you look here at the picture from the interview, looks like the same jacket to me. You know what I mean? The undershirt might be different. I can't tell because he has that chain, which is oddly, it says 1027. If you were to see his chain, you would think it said 1017. But it's 1027, which is something of his own. Now, in this video, or in the interview that this video comes from, or this picture comes from, there was a lot said. So in this all hip-hop story, it says this: Lul Tim is talking about King Von again. Now, Lul Tim conducts a new interview where he talks about King Von, snitches, Quando Rondo, and more. So let's play catch-up. Lul Tim, born Timothy Leaks, was arrested back in November of 2020 for the murder of King Von. Davon King Von Bennett was shot and killed in front of a hookah bar after a fist fight with Quando Rondo's entourage turned deadly. It all started out as a fair one, meaning a fight, and it didn't stay that way. 2 people were killed in the fracas, and hopefully I don't get flagged for that. They mean fracas, right? Mark Blakely, 34 years old, was also killed in the fight. The cops immediately arrested Lul Tim and charged him with murder. He was eventually released on $100,000 bail. I don't know how you murk 2 people and get out, but he did at any rate. Now, I'm not sure if they got that right in this story. I think Lul Tim is alleged to have shot and killed King Von, But I don't think that the other gentleman, it was a lot of shooting going on. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave out who I think in other stories they said shot that gentleman, but I don't think it was Lul Tim. Now, it also says, you may recall this outlaw did an interview with Angela Yee that was interesting, and then it has been quiet. In a new interview, he talks some more. This is not really about King Von, but he does touch on it in his 4th installment. Remember this dude that Quando Rondo said was his God. So basically, talking about the fact that Quando Rondo has always, since the incident, backed up Lul Tim. You know what I mean? He hasn't gone against the grain and dissed him. And why would he, most people would say? Most people would say, what in the world would benefit Quando Rondo to, get rid of his top guy? You know what I mean? Even if his record career is taking a dive. Because let's be honest, man. Quando Rondo's career is nowhere where it used to be, man. Even around the time of the shooting. And this used to be more public to people, man. But I was watching this closely, man, at the time of this shooting and all the things that happened a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. Quando Rondo was one of the most, streamed. He was one of the top streamed people, like in the top 200 or whatever. He was up there. King Von, obviously. Lil Durk, obviously. They were up there. And Lil Durk, obviously, is still up there now. It's just harder to find that information. You actually gotta do other things. You know what I'm saying? But around that time, he was getting a lot of streams and maybe even potential revenue around this drama. And that has since halted. And it seems like Lul Tim in the interview just wanted to talk about random things. So in the interview, Lul Tim talks about things like this. He was like, talking about his charges and how many times he's been shot. Like, this wasn't, like, when he got shot at the King Von situation in Atlanta, that wasn't even his first time getting shot. There was a time in 2019 where he also got shot in the leg. Now, there were rumors out there that he had been shot 5 times in total, but this wasn't true. This was kind of disproven by Lul Tim, right? Then he talked about, being released from jail or whatnot. and how, he had to get back acclimated to everything. To this point, to this day, I don't know how Lul Tim gets money, but he's always flashing it on social media. He's always out there, posting social media posts with him with a whole bunch of money. And I'd be amazed. Because even in that video, he's like, we up in the morning working. And he took a picture with like a money machine or something like that. And he's showing a lot of money. Now, I don't know if Quando Rondo got him as permanent security and that's lacing his pockets real good because of all the situations that have happened. Or, what's going on with Lul Tim. But obviously, he's got a case that he has to fight still there in Georgia, right? And to be honest, him doing these interviews, I don't know. It seems like he's smart enough not to answer some of the questions that could potentially have, have long-term effects on his case or have any effect on his case. What up, Louisiana? 985, I see you. What up? Yo, but I don't think that, he's going to say anything right now with it being an open case that's going to have anything negative on him to fall on his head. I'll say that much about Lul Tim, man. And I could tell he was being guarded all throughout the interview. Oh, man, y'all wildin'. Yo, make sure y'all hit that like button if you're in here right now. Make sure you run up them likes, man. Let's run them up. We should be at about 200 likes, man, to keep it real. So make sure you hit that like button, man. Yeah, I see y'all in there dissing Lul Tim. I see y'all going back and forth. But, man, to be honest, that's my take on this whole Lul Tim thing. I think him doing these interviews and stuff is just him trying to make sure that he stays relevant when he wants to transition over to the rap game if he gets acquitted in his trial. Because he's still got a trial to go through. And it's not as open and shut as people like to make it seem. Yes, I know he can make an argument, and they'll probably make an argument saying that, yo, they were getting rushed by like 20 dudes. So he had to do what he had to do. And, to be honest, I want everybody to prepare yourselves that, if Lul Tim not gets off, but if he gets acquitted, you know what I'm saying? That's a high possibility that could happen, bro. Like, for real. You know what I mean? And the way that Quando Rondo is kind of, stuck it out with him and defended most of his positions and things like that in the media, I don't even see where their interviews they could poke holes in any of those. Where other rappers, they do interviews and they make mistakes all the time by talking just a little too much, man. It seems like maybe they discuss things with somebody before doing these interviews and stuff like that. But if you go and you listen and you really want to hear a backstory about him in Quando Rondo meeting, I advise you to go check the whole series out. It was pretty good. It was interesting, man. Because I thought that their relationship was a lot longer than it was. Even though they've known each other a long time. Don't get me wrong. But I thought, they was like almost, from the sandbox. But it really didn't come out. It didn't work out like that. That's not how they met. You know what I mean? But yeah, in order to get the whole lowdown, go check out those videos by Futures TV. But what do you guys think about that, man? Lul Tim coming out here talking about the situation and basically saying that, all that he said was that, with the King Von situation is that, he didn't know what was going on as much. He didn't do like Quando Rondo and say, hey, I had an out-of-body experience, like he said in the Angela Yee interview. But he was like, I was just protecting myself type of deal, He was trying to play it off like that. Or not even play it off. Let's keep it real. I mean, you don't know. I wasn't on the ground there, but everybody's seen that video. I know what my eyes see, so we could keep that. You know what I mean? But man, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that Lul Tim is going to be able to make it in the rap game behind this, or are him and Quando Rondo's aspirations to be in the rap game all but dead, man, like gone because of this situation? And that's keeping it funky, man. Oh man, hit that like button, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's run them up. What up, 318 Louisiana? And I see you, Baltimore, Maryland. What up? All right, man. So let's get on to our next topic, man. Spent a little time there talking about Lul Tim. And let's get something to a little bit more. Talk about a gentleman who's a little bit classy. You know what I'm saying? No diss to Lul Tim or none of them, but this guy I'm going to talk about, Kevin Samuels, man. Okay. Now, by now, everybody heard the news that Kevin Samuels unfortunately lost his life, right? Now, this has been a weird situation because never in hip-hop or even in, social media community have I ever seen such a backlash. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got ugly, man. It was like it was like some really ugly stuff out there. Like people, their response in this gentleman losing his life. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Kevin Samuels, and I don't know how that's possible, because during the whole situation where we were all in our cribs, he blew up like a rocket, man. He took off like a rocket, I should say. Let's get it. And like his career was put on front, like he was on every major platform doing interviews because everybody was trying to understand the sauce, trying to get an understanding of how in the world this guy was taking off so fast and, and doing the numbers that he was. And it came down to the fact that this guy was a marketing genius. His whole thing behind him was knowing how to market and a study of analytics and understanding, trends within the markets that he's trying to pursue. And it seems like things like that take you into certain things like, he was a fashion consultant and things like that. And, those skills can translate over to other worlds. And once he found that and he honed in on that and worked hard at that, he was successful. Now, most people can't see the success story and all that due to the fact that his content was highly controversial, right? Now, when I say controversial, I'm talking about when you're discussing men-women relationships and things of that nature, It can feel a bit personal and people can feel attacked at times, right? And to be real, I never got that impression personally. Like, I never felt attacked by dude, and I'm a big dude, you know what I'm saying? He probably would have called me a fat dude, you know what I mean? Like he called the one guy, you know what I mean? But, I never felt personally attacked in that way. But some people did. And afterwards, man, they took to social media after the news of his passing and, man, basically bashed dude, man. Went on a tangent. We're dissing him left and right. And it was ugly, man. So let's actually talk about what we know so far as that's happened, because there's been a lot of rumors out there. And like I was saying earlier in the intro, I had to take a step back. I wanted to listen to everybody's perspective, and it's rare that I don't just jump on a story or jump on a topic. But I really wanted to get a better understanding of why there were so many different angles at this. You know what I mean? Why there were so many different people saying different things about it. There's usually maybe two different sides to a story, maybe one conspiracy kind of thing. But it's a lot going on at one time with this situation. And maybe that's just a nod to his popularity. And, when people leave real fast like that and it's unexpected, you're going to have these type of situations. But the backlash situation, man, might have hit everybody in the gut. Like, whoa, it was wild, man, at a point there. You know what I mean? So let's talk about exactly what happened. Now, I'm going to be referencing a story from the Rolling Stone, and it says this in the headline. It says, Kevin Samuels, polarizing YouTuber, notorious for comments about black women, dead at 56. Now, I'm going to read that. I read that headline, but I want to be fair and say that, yeah, he did say things about black women, but he also said things about black men. You know what I'm saying? And I belong to one of those groups. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know. The way that comment said that, that headline says that, I just didn't want you to think that was me, saying that out loud or making that seem like I had an issue with him, because I really didn't. I didn't, man. Now, there's a lot of people on social media who he's helped or who helped him who have done some emotional posts and touching posts about, how he affected their lives in a positive way. So you can focus on that too, man. So don't just focus on all the negative is what I'm saying. Now, Kevin Samuels, the popular YouTuber known for his controversial dating advice and comments about black women, has died. He was 56 years old. Samuels' mother, Beverly Samuels Birch, confirmed her son's death to NBC News, although declined to share details. Samuels Birch added that she learned of her son's death from social media. Stop right there, man. That's got to be horrible, man. It's bad enough to find out that a loved one passed away, right? That's tough enough. But with, him being sort of a celebrity and stuff like that, and come on, once you got 1 million subs on YouTube, you a celeb, right? It's no going around it. You know what I'm saying? Like in certain aspects, you're a celeb. There's most people know who you are. And, for his mom to find out that way is horrible, man. Now, in quotes, it says, that was a terrible thing for social media to put that out. She said, I didn't even know. I hadn't even been notified. All I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. So, his mom seems to have a positive, outlook on this. Well, disposition, I should say. It's not like a positive outlook, but she's trying to keep it stoic for it. Now, it also says, per a police report, Kevin Samuels was taken to a hospital in Atlanta on Thursday, May 5th, after authorities responded to a call about an unresponsive male on the floor of his apartment. The call was made by a woman who said she had met Samuels the previous night, had gone back to his apartment and spent the night with him. The woman said Samuels began complaining of chest pain the following morning, and while she tried to help him, he fell. Now, it later came out that the young lady that he was with, was, and when I say young lady, don't misconstrue that. I think she's like 32, but compared to him, he's 56, and that's not saying that 56 is super old, right? But when it came out, a lot of people were like, she was a nurse. And you would think, if she was a nurse, she'd be able to help in some way. And that's not putting blame on her. It's just, it's wild, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to hear that, man. Now, they also mentioned the police report, right? So there was a police report that came out, and it was this right here. This is the official police report that's been circulating on all the major news platforms, right? And, obviously we took the address out because even though he's passed, you don't want to be putting that information out on somebody. But in the police report, it kind of details some of the things that it's going to go over in the story. So let's check that out. I got a different version of this, so it's a little bit, there you go. You should be able to see that better than what was out there. So let's actually pull that up. But in this version of the police report, or the one that's circulating, it kind of tells the story of what was previously said. And it seems like, man, like Kevin Samuels almost tried to play it off, and I don't want to say he did. It seemed like, he wasn't feeling all right, and just, instead of going to the hospital immediately, I don't know. Let's read it, because I don't want to make assumptions like a lot of people I've been hearing. So it says on May 5th, 2022, Officer Figueroa entered the unit, which is his apartment unit, responded to a call at his address regarding a person injured. Upon arrival, Officer Figueroa observed the fire department engine number 21 performing CPR to a black male, unresponsive on the floor of his apartment. I then met Miss Hortensia Alcantara, who identified the male as Mr. Kevin Samuels. Now, this name is on versions that are going around everywhere, and it looks like it's been taken from the police report. There's a police report without this redacted, but that's the name that's floating out there. And if it is not that name, and that is a made-up name, and if these police reports are wrong, I'll be the first to say it. You know what I'm saying? So don't just take that with a grain of salt. Now, it goes on to say that Miss Alcantara stated that she met Mr. Samuels last night, came to his apartment, and spent the night with him. Miss Alcantara also said that early morning, Mr. Samuels complained of chest pain, and she attempted to help him, but he fell on the top of her and proceeded to notify 911. Now, that is a terrible situation. If somebody is complaining of chest pain, and you try to help them, and then they immediately fall, that's never a good sign. And I'm pretty sure she knew that if she's a nurse, right? Now, Miss Alcantara also said she requested the 911 operator to contact the front desk for a defibrillator to keep Mr. Samuels responsive until Grady arrived because she is a nurse. Grady bus number 741. Mr. Samuels was later transported to Piedmont Hospital by Grady bus number 741. Now, obviously, after all this took place, Kevin Samuels did not make it, according to reports that he passed away, and lost his life, man. But, man, think about that, man. You have a nurse right there with you, and it's still, not possible to save your life, right? Now, the story goes on to say that a self-described image consultant and influencer, Samuels had amassed, hold up, let me help you guys out here. There we go. And my bad, I'm neglecting the chat, but please don't neglect that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Now, it goes on to say, my bad, let me start over. It says a self-described image consultant and, in quotes, influencer, Samuels had amassed 1.4 million subscribers on his YouTube channel since joining in May 2015, while his videos have garnered over 295 million views as of this publication. So let's think about that. And let's also give his brother, man, his props. 1.4 million subscribed. I've seen lives where he had like, I want to say like 20, 30,000 people in there, while he was live. And dude did a whole like a whole show, you know what I'm saying? Background music, like he shows up in a suit, tailored every show. I mean, if nothing, if you didn't like him, okay, you might have your reasons for not liking him, but the dedication and the hard work and the execution and all that, man, it's like you got to appreciate that for what it is, and maybe everybody can soak a little bit up of that in their own life, right? Now, while he doled out plenty of broad lifestyle advice, it was Samuel's musing on relationships and dating that gained him both popularity and notoriety. Samuels was popular enough that back in February, Future had him offering dating advice in the music video for Worst Day. But Samuels frequently drew sharp criticism and accusations of, a word I can't say on here, for the views he spread in videos with titles like "Women should let men use them" and "Modern women are." This is in quotes. This is the titles that they're saying. This is not my words. It says "Modern women are not prepared," and in quotes, the "Should modern women focus on themselves" fallacy. You know what I mean? So those were titles of videos that he's had that probably, like, the dude was doing like millions of views per video, stuff like that, like really out of here type stuff, like really taking off like a rocket. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Now, just last week, Samuel shared a video on Instagram where he said, if you have made it to 35 and you are unmarried, you are a leftover woman. You are what is left. Men know that there is likely something wrong with you. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm going to go there with you. I'm telling you the truth that you don't want to hear. Now, that is in quotes what he said on one of his Instagram lives, because I think he ran an Instagram live show in conjunction with his show that he had each and every, I think, 3 nights a week or something like that. So dude was a busy dude, man. And also, according to other reports, it seemed like he had, an interesting history as far as like, battling certain things in his past. And when I'm talking about health-wise. Now, I can't confirm any of that, and I'd rather not to say it. But, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories, right? There's even talk about the person who was allegedly with him, right? And that's probably taking up most of the headlines out there. So there's a website, and it's called Black Sports Online. And they said that, there was a picture that was floating around on social media, allegedly, of the young lady that Kevin Samuels was chilling with, right? What up, Memphis? I see you. And, a lot of people were taken back by the photo. And I don't know, man. It really doesn't matter at this point because, he lost his life. It doesn't change anything. But a lot of people were like, wow, man, what's up with the photo? So Black Sports Online, they actually put out where they believe they have photos of the young lady who was out there. Now, this is this website saying this. This is not me saying this. And I'm going to use that as a caveat, obviously, man. But, man, let's actually look at this real quick just to see if, I don't know. Maybe this is cap. Y'all tell me, because I don't know. Y'all tell me, is this cap or is this real? And this is the news story from Black Sports Online. And let's actually... Now, in the story, they go on to say these things. They said that... They said that Miss Alcantara has made her Instagram page private, but we are able to grab a few photos from her as well as the police report. Flip the pages to check it out. Now, we've already checked out the police report, but let's look at some of these photos. So they're saying this is the lady that Kevin Samuels was with. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing it or whatnot. And I don't know if this is true or not. Just like the other photo that was out there, this could be all fake and made up. Because I don't even know if this looks like the same person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And shout out to Black Sports Online. They have some interesting content, but I don't know if this is even the same person or not. But they're saying these are photos from a profile or whatever. And then the last 2 pictures is just, those are definitely the same person. But I don't know, man. It just seems like there's a lot of mystery around it, but I don't know if that's because of the circumstances. Somebody just lost their life, and then, another person was with them, so we don't know if that's them or if this is them or not. And maybe they want to keep their life private and don't want people to know that, they were in this situation. So I don't know. I don't know, man. What do you guys think about this entire situation, I should say, man? Lot of stuff going on around here, man. What up, Oslo? What up, 901 Memphis? I see you. Yeah, well, the reports are saying it was a cardiac arrest. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It looks like, yeah, man. She does look like maybe she's of Latin descent or something like that. I don't know. But it's interesting to say the least, man. I know I keep saying that, man, but crazy. I can't end this video, or at least this portion of the video, without saying this. There's a lot of theories out there about what went down, and about Kevin Samuels, and things like that. But I don't want to jump into that because I don't know. If something comes out later that's official, that's a report, I'll definitely talk about that. But just to close this segment out, I'd like to salute Kevin Samuels just for his contributions to showing people how to get it on social media and on YouTube as a profession. You know what I'm saying? I think he showed a lot of people, who are just daily bloggers, or daily live streamers, how to make a profession out of it. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with what his content was. That has to do with his professionalism and the image he projected out there. I think there's a lot to learn from that. Yeah. Now with that, I like to say rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Sad situation. Now let's get on to another topic that's, man, maybe I should have split these up because this topic is a little upsetting too, man. So there was a singer back in the 90s by the name of Jewell. I think it was pronounced Jewell. Like I remember Tupac saying that, in a song or whatever, Jewell, maybe even Dr. Dre. But she was essentially the first lady of Death Row. Like even before Michelle A. You know what I'm saying? Like she was singing on the tracks with Snoop Dogg, like all the background vocals and all that, and with Tupac and with Dr. Dre and them, right? And it's amazing, the career that she had in the rap game. And then, to find news out yesterday and early this morning that she might have passed. Now, I'm going to go to this story from hiphopdx.com and talk about this news story, man. So let's talk about it. All right, so the headline says this, and maybe it'll help if I bring up the headline for y'all too. So the headline says this. It says, Death Row Records First Lady Jewell has reportedly died. R&B singer Jewell, also known as the First Lady of Death Row Records, has reportedly died. According to Reggie Wright Jr., she passed away at 5 a.m. on Friday, roughly 2 months after she revealed she had been hospitalized with 8 pounds of fluid on her heart, lungs, and legs. An official cause of death, however, hasn't been confirmed. So that's crazy, man. 8 pounds of fluid on her lungs, heart, and legs. Once you hear that, I start to think of, I can't even say, but what's been going on the last 2 years. And I was like, I don't know, maybe she thought, I don't know. That's horrible. And the older you get, man, it's harder to fight these type of things, right? Now, Jewell was signed to Death Row from 1992 to 1996 and had multiple hits with artists such as Dr. Dre, The Dog Pound, NWA, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and etc., right? In 2001, in a 2021 interview with the Art of the Dialogue, Jewell recalled singing on NWA's I'd Rather, I can't, on NWA song, I'd Rather, and she later followed Dr. Dre from Ruthless Records to Death Row Records, where she did some solo work on the Deep Cover soundtrack, as well as Let Me Ride, which is one of Dr. Dre's famous songs, and when a lot of the songs on Dr. Dre's Chronic album. Now Jewell followed with What's My Name, Gin and Juice, and on Snoop Dogg's debut album, my bad y'all, on Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, and later the Dog Pound's What Would You Do and Snoop's Murder Was the Case. Jewell's debut album, Black Diamond, remained shelved until the label sold in the 2000s. after a self-imposed hiatus. She later rejoined Death Row for Tupac's All Eyes on Me. So, man, she was on some of the biggest projects out of West Coast, or man, in hip-hop history. Like, we're talking about Dr. Dre's The Chronic. We're talking about Tupac's All Eyes on Me. We're talking about Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style CD, the album, the very first. Come on. Like, these are hip-hop classics. So her catalog speaks for itself. Now, speaking on her career, Jewell told The Art of the Dialogue she was seen but not heard, which she believed was due to her physical appearance. She said in quotes, I was never seen, but my voice was heard, she said. I was a juicy girl and they wanted a Slim Jim. So you never really saw me in any videos. She only started getting attention after serving 3 months for attempted murder charge, during which time she lost weight. So she's saying she didn't even start getting attention from the guys at Death Row or anywhere until she lost weight trying to fight this murder charge. Now, also in quotes, it says, I was a skinny girl when I came out, so they put me in What Would You Do video. She added, I was never really upset with the process, but was mad that my album really never came out. So it seems like she had hangups on the fact that her album never really came out, because at that time, let's be real, Death Row was running rap. Like, they was on top of rap. Like, they was killing it. So it looks like, man, they shelved their project, and by the time it was time to put it out, things had dissolved. You know, Tupac had lost his life. You know, Death Row just collapsed. Let's be real. Snoop went one way, Dr. Dre went another way, and, you know, she never really got to get back in there. And that happens so much in the hip-hop game. But it looks like, according to Reggie Wright Jr., now, Reggie Wright Jr., for those of you who don't know, ran Death Row for a while. He ran Death Row while Suge Knight was locked up for a spell. He's real famous from his Vlad interviews and his other interviews that are out there. And, you know, he's an interesting figure because he used to be, you know, really, really linked into the LA scene there. I'll say that much, right? Now, if this is true, and based on what Reggie Wright is saying actually happened, you know, rest in peace to Jewell, man. She brought a lot of projects that we feel to this day, that we love to this day, out of, you know what I'm saying, out of that West Coast sound, man. So her songs and stuff will live on forever, like forever, because those are bona fide classics. And with Snoop Dogg at the head of Death Row now and bought back most of the catalog except for some of the Tupac stuff and the original Chronic, we'll be hearing her voice a lot more later too, man. We'll say, man. But this is a crazy story to even compound with the Kevin Samuels thing, and I didn't want to overlook it because it came out at the very same time. You know what I'm saying? What up, Columbus, Georgia? What up, Seattle 206? I see you. But, man, this is another sad story in hip-hop. But what do y'all think about this, man? What do y'all think about Jewell, man? You think that, you know, I actually saw her series of interviews with Art of the Dialogue. And in those interviews, it seemed like, you know, she didn't seem bitter to me. But she did seem like she was, you know, I think she's originally from Chicago or something like that, I want to say. She did have a rough demeanor, but it was a lot of speculations around those interviews and stuff at the same time. So, wild situation, man. Yeah, like I said, man, it's been wild. It's been a wild year already. And to be honest, as far as hip-hop is concerned, losing rappers and well-known people, it's been a wild 2 years, almost. Like the last 2 years. It's been pretty crazy, man. And just telltale sign of man, check on your people and tell your loved ones you love them every chance that you get. You know what I mean? I think we'll take that as a lesson from this entire situation, man. Now, with that, I'm going to dip into the chat just a little bit, man. Just in order to, you know, see what you guys are saying in here, because I know I have been neglecting the chat. And I know that Kevin Samuels segment that we did, it went a little, you know, it went by pretty fast. I'll tell you that, because I didn't want to get into the mud with a lot of conspiracy theories and things like that. But I just wanted to show him his props, you know, give him his props and whatnot. But when it comes to, my bad. But when it comes to Lul Tim, it seems like, depending on how this court case goes, he's going to be trying to angle his way into the rap game somehow, some way, or some fashion. But it looks like, man, between him and Quando Rondo, it might be a done deal. You know what I mean? Y'all said sorry to hear about that. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Jewell. You know? Y'all said the pick. What are y'all talking about, the picks? Somebody type out what do you mean by the pics? Because the pictures I show was from Black Sports Online, so I don't know. I can't verify the validity of it at all. You know what I'm saying? What up, Seattle? What up, Indianapolis? Naptown 317. What up? 509 in the house. What up, 509? What up? Everybody in here, do me a favor, man. Make sure you hit the like button right now. Let's take out a couple minutes and everybody hit that like button right now. While y'all hitting the like button, I'm going to be hitting the comments and shouting out your cities and seeing what everybody's saying. Blue. Huh. What up, 901 Memphis? I see you. What's up with the check-in? I see you. Appreciate you in here. You know what I mean? 205 Birmingham, Alabama. I see you. Texas then stepped in the door. What up, Texas? What up? What up? Yeah, man. Prayers to Kevin Samuels and his family, man. Condolences to his family. I just hate how that played out on social media. That was whew. That was ugly. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. We got Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the building. What's up? 954 in the house. What's up, 954? What up? Cashville in here to 615. Young Buck, is that you? No, I'm joking, man. But Cashville, Nashville, Tennessee, what up? The 954. Where's the 954? What up? Somebody from the, okay. Hopefully it ain't hot there, man. You know, get out of there if you can. Yeah, man. Lul Tim was protecting the bag. I mean, you could say that much, right? But nobody agrees with the outcome. You know what I mean? .205 Birmingham. What's up, man? I got you. Okay, now with that, I don't want to drag it on into the comments too long because it's very long pauses in between that, if you can tell. So everybody do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And I want to shout out the chat. So we're going to keep it official, though, man. Let's get up out of here the right way. Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell. So that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah. Shout out to everybody that showed up into the chat this week. And also, man, rest in peace to Jewell. And rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man. Salute. And we out of here. Peace.